On his second shift at a new station, a 19-year-old firefighter was expecting to save lives. Instead, he ended up fighting for his own. He was dragged out of the fire station, held down, and waterboarded by his own colleagues. This is the story of the nightmare at Marion County's Fire Station 21. To understand how a place of trust became a scene of torment, we have to look at how that fateful shift began. For the 19-year-old rookie, a 24-hour shift at Marion County Fire Rescue Station 21 should have been just another step towards his lifelong dreams. It was November 16, 2025, and only his second shift at the station. He showed up ready to prove himself and be part of a team that runs towards danger. Everyone else runs away. In the word of first responders, your crew is your lifeline. You put your absolute trust in them. He had no reason to think his experiences would be any different. But the atmosphere at Station 21, ironically known as the Friendship Station, was about to take a dark turn. The trouble started over something small, a viral video the rookie had posted on social media. His new colleagues wanted to see it, and they weren't taking no for an answer. The hazing started with what seemed like some might just call a prank. Co-worker smeared grease on the rookie's shirt. He tried to shrug it off, but his refusal to get angry only seemed to egg them on. The situation escalated when they grabbed his belongings and threw them into the woods. All the while, the demands for his cell phone passcode got louder and more aggressive. The group included 19-year-old firefighter Tate Traithenwine, 22-year-old EMT Edward Kinney III, and 22-year-old firefighter Seth Day, and 25-year-old paramedic Kaylee Bradley. They were no longer his colleagues, they were his tormentors. When the rookie went into the woods to get his boots, he was tackled and dragged back towards the station. The line between a joke and an assault had been completely erased. Outside the station, under the cover of night, things developed into a brutal attack. They held the rookie down, took off his belt, and pulled down his pants. As he struggled and begged them to stop, they just kept demanding his passcode. Investigative records caught his desperate words. "Ow, ow, this really hurts. Stop, stop." Their only response was, "What's the passcode? What's the passcode?" When he still wouldn't give it up, they ripped him with his own belt. Then the assault took an even darker turn. One of the firefighters reportedly announced, "It's waterboarding time." They put a towel over his face and poured water over it, not once, but 3 times. He later told detectives, "I couldn't breathe." Investigators noted that during the attack, his tormentors were laughing. The nightmare only stopped because a service call came in, forcing them to break up. The fact that this happened inside an institution built on safety and trust is what truly is disturbing. If you think this kind of behavior is unacceptable anywhere, especially among the people we trust to protect us, take a moment to support the conversation by liking this video and subscribing for more stories that need to be told. After the assault, the rookie told his attackers, "I'm never working here again," and left. A friend of his later reported the incident up the chain of command, and law enforcement was contacted 3 days later. The response from county leadership was swift. Marion County Fire Chief James Banta, most egregious thing that I've seen been reported to me in over 30-year career. Arrests followed. Trotwin, Kinney, and Day were charged with kidnapping, battery, and robbery. Bradley was charged with robbery and being an accessory. The internal investigation went even further. In total, 10 employees were fired, including a battalion chief, a captain, and a lieutenant for their roles and for failing to report the incident. The investigation revealed that roughhousing was not uncommon at Station 21, pointing to a serious cultural problem. One of the accused, Kaylee Bradley, even admitted to the investigators, "I just feel like that went way too far. That's past what they normally do as a joke."
I just hang tight here, and Detective Williams will be here in just a minute.
Can I get anything with a bottle of water?
Okay. Do you have your own?
almost like the entire station earlier in the night was sitting at a table, was like making a joke about like how he had this TikTok go viral, and it was like sort of like a 2016 like thirst trap. We tried for like a long time. We were like, show us the TikTok. He ended up saying no, like he deleted his TikTok, like it's not there anymore. He doesn't have it. We started talking about something else, and then I want to say like probably like 30 or 45 minutes had gone by. We were still at the table, and was like, dude, what the is this guy talking about? And I was like, what? Like, what do you mean? Because he just like sometimes randomly just says things, and we're like, about what? And then he gave me his phone, and he was showing me like these group messages about like another firefighter that was having sex with like a girl at the station or something like that.
That was who showed you that?
He gave me his phone to show me the text messages originally. And then I believe it was Seth who took the phone from my hands, and then that's kind of like where it all started.
So like, and if I interrupt you and like you're losing your train of thought,
No, it's okay.
Just tell me to be quiet and I'll go back
and
and
I'm
listen.
also like very panicked, so I'm so sorry if
no,
I'm like.
no. And if like you need to take a moment or
No, it's
whatever,
okay.
you don't need to.
And we brought in some waters for you too.
Yeah.
Okay, thank
Like
you.
we don't want you to feel like pressure at all.
No,
Because
I
like we
know.
said, you're not under arrest. We're
No,
not here
I know.
to
I'm not being
treat you like a
pressured.
criminal or
It's
anything.
okay.
So he didn't want Seth to have the phone, and is that you said that's where it kind of like all started? That's kind of what I got from what you were saying.
So like, Seth took the phone, and then started running after him, I believe, and they were running around the station. And then that's when Kenny and Tate got involved. Like they started running around too. I had walked around the building because Seth was running, and then we heard Tate say, "We got him," and then we came around the corner, and Tate and Kenny had him restrained.
Okay.
But like I want to like preface it for me, like this is something that happens like every day,
Like they're
at
they're
the
just
station.
messing around.
And so like participated in like roughhousing with Kenny and Tate and Seth before, so I didn't really think that anything was going on.
Yeah.
Was anything brought up about Instagram, TikTok, anything like that?
Yes.
Okay. Tell me more about that.
It was, we brought up, he was talking about some girl he was talking to, and then we saw his Instagram, and he had like 45,000 followers. Like, what do you have that many followers for?
Yeah.
We're all just messing around, talking back and forth.
Sure, yeah.
And he's like, I never filmed his TikTok. It blew up, and when we wanted to see the TikTok, we'd asked about it.
Okay. Did he share that with you?
Didn't know.
Okay. How did you all react to that?
We had whenever I'm sure you guys have been told, whenever we took his phone and we were like kind of playing keep away, as a sense.
Okay.
We were under the impression that his phone was taken when he was being held down. Is that not what happened?
That's not what happened.
Okay,
no.
so his phone was already in somebody else's possession?
So yeah, he handed me the phone to show me a conversation about the firefighters having sex at station or something.
Okay.
And then that's when Seth took the phone from my hands.
Now, what was he doing at this point?
Laughing.
Okay.
That's why, I agree. What we did got out of hand.
Yeah.
Like 100%.
Sure.
Got out of hand. But the whole time he was laughing at me, roughhousing all day. Like,
Gotcha.
just back and forth wrestling. We wrestled earlier and got up and laughed about it. And
Yeah, like no issue.
Yeah, all day.
Yeah,
Like that.
Okay. So, tell me more about what you mean. Like you think it got out of hand. Tell me more about that.
Probably mostly how long it went on.
Okay.
And hitting him with a belt was probably uncalled for. But, thing I'd like to say and make me known, personally, is, that's the kind of behavior that, like stuff like that's happened to me before.
Okay. Like specifically at that location?
At work.
Yeah.
Like Station 21.
That's what I meant. Yeah.
Yeah. Stuff like in that similar or the same kind of things happened to me before. So when it's happening, kind of, I'm like, that's the culture I've been shown
I gotcha.
throughout when I
Okay.
started here, throughout, the past 7 months I've been at 21.
Okay.
So that kind of stuff has happened to me before.
So what happens after you take the belt off?
I don't remember.
Did his pants get pulled down at all?
Not intentionally, to my knowledge. I do know there's a little bit of underwear showing, but
Okay. Did his underwear get pulled down at all?
not to my knowledge, no.
Are you sure his underwear doesn't get pulled down at all?
No, his underwear does not.
Okay.
And if you remember, and only because I can't remember it right now. How do his pants come off? Were they pulled off, or was it just because of the belt?
How are they like?
Yeah, like how they fall down, essentially.
Because he said that the pants were slipping down, but I'm not sure.
Was it just like his movements that were causing the pants to fall down,
Yeah.
or was okay? So then he was like squirming a little bit then while this was going on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Now, I know you mentioned it gotten out of hand, but do you remember his pants coming down at any point? Or, like, I get that he's laughing the whole time and you guys are joking around with him. Did that ever occur, like, where his pants fell? I mean, I get his belt's
I
not on
don't.
there.
Yeah, his belt wasn't on. I believe when it was set to hold his legs, maybe it came down some. We never like grabbed his pants and yanked him down, but like
Okay.
I believe they probably fell.
Okay.
Some.
Do you remember if his underwear came
No,
down?
never.
Okay.
Do you know if they actually did pull his pants all the way down?
I only ever remember them pulling it down to like expose his underwear region. I never saw like skin or anything like that.
Okay. Because, obviously we've spoken with other people.
Yes.
We're under the impression that it did get pulled all the way down.
Okay.
But you didn't see that?
I didn't see that, but
Okay.
I was also talking to Horton inside of the bay.
Okay.
I know you mentioned something about some water being brought out. What exactly happened with the water, or do you know who even brought it out?
I don't know who brought it out. I do remember them not using it because I told them not to. Or there may have been a few drops, like as it went over his head, but nothing. They didn't pour it. And besides that, I'm pretty sure shortly after he caught his call.
Okay. Do you know, and who is they pouring the water, even if it's just a
I
little bit?
don't remember.
Okay.
In all honesty,
I mean, there's only so many of you at the station. Are you sure you don't remember?
I don't remember.
Do you remember what was used to pour the water over his head?
I believe it was like we have plastic pitchers
Okay.
that we used to make coffee in the morning.
Okay. Does it have like a top?
No,
Okay. So how, and if I'm, kind of leading you in the wrong direction here, just let me know, but how would one, dribble a little bit of water from something that has an open top, if that makes sense? So it's kind of come out in a, steady stream with it.
well, sorry.
You're fine.
I believe it was like moved over, and then I believe it was full.
Okay.
I don't know off the top of my head.
Okay. If you don't know off the top of your head.
This picture, did you actually watch them pour it on him?
No, I did not.
Okay. Would it be fair to say that happened?
I'm not sure after the fact, so I was not watching at this point because I thought that it had went too far.
So what caused it to stop?
I believe that got a call.
So how does this all come to an end?
I think after we pulled the towel off, we're like, all right, it's enough. Like, get up. And then after that, me and talked like the rest of the night. Like we were just like hanging out wrestling. Cause I'd known since fire school.
Okay.
Like we were friends. We talked about fire school and all that. So me and him talked the rest of the night. We wake up the next day. And me and Seth even were like, maybe you went too far last night. Let's go talk to him. And me and Seth had asked him the next morning, we're like, hey, are you good? Like, for real, are you like, you're not hurt? Nothing. He's like, no, I'm good.
From a personal instance of something that's happened, I've been held down by 4 guys in the station. I've had my pants pulled down in the same instance.
Okay.
And hog-tied and messed with.
Gotcha.
But, I mean...
But in this particular instance, you don't remember his pants coming down?
No.
At what point, did Tate and Seth ever seem like, they were almost becoming like malicious with it? Like, were they ever appearing like, I guess, hateful?
No, I don't think so. So like I was talking to my boyfriend, and I know like I'm not supposed to talk about this. I just am going insane over this. I just feel like Tate, even Kenny. So like Kenny just wants to fit in, and Kenny has only been here for a month. Kenny sees Tate get waterboarded a week ago, and then I think that he thought that it would be funny to like bring it out, and then Seth actually like put the towel on his face. Like I think that they just thought that they were being funny
Okay.
because it's happened to them.
So did you see the thing that happened with Tate about a week ago where he also got waterboarded, or did you just hear about it?
I did.
You did see it?
Everybody saw that at the station.
Was it, like, as it happened to Kane, did they put the towel over his face and pour the water onto his head, or was it just, like, spraying him down? I mean, how did that, what happened with that?
I didn't really see past like the towel like getting put over his head.
Yeah. No, I mean
with Tate.
With Tate, yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
With Tate, yeah, like the towel got put over his head, and they poured like a whole jug of water on him.
Okay.
And I think everybody was there for that, and then I was told not to record it.
Okay. Who told you that?
I think it was Manny. It might have been Manny or Quentin Gaines.
Okay.
I mean,
At this point, we've talked to everybody.
Yeah, we talked to everybody, and everyone's already gave us their involvement, and has been upfront with us about what happens.
The waterboarding thing, I'm sure is what you guys are trying to get at.
Well, so I guess my question is I know you're bringing up the waterboarding, but did somebody like mention this and say like waterboarding or like it's time to do waterboarding or anything like that?
Well, it had been a joke because, like I said, this kind of stuff has been happening to me.
Okay.
So it did happen to me. So it's kind of a joke. It was like a joke. He never actually got waterboarded.
Okay.
What happened? We were sitting there playing around. Seth had him by his knees. We were just kind of sitting there. Kenny had walked in and came back out with a pitcher of water and a towel.
Okay.
And it was like, oh, we're going to waterboard him.
Okay.
And all that happened was the towel got put over his face, and that was it.
Okay.
So nobody actually poured the water onto his head?
I don't believe any water.
Okay. Because we had heard different. We had heard water got poured on him. It didn't sound like it was very much, maybe, but like did Kenny come out with like a full pitcher of water?
Yeah. I mean, it was still full afterwards, so I don't.
Okay.
I wasn't really watching that. I wasn't a part of that.
I was pulled in the next shift in the morning, and they said that they heard that there was videos of it, and that there needed to not be any videos or photos of it anymore.
And is that relating to all roughhousing or only the incident that happened on Sunday?
They already had like established that they don't want any videos or photos of roughhousing.
And who's they?
Like Quentin and Vic.
Okay, so Quentin Gaines and the captain said, make sure you delete everything regarding the incident that occurred on Sunday.
Yes, sir.
Did he specify that it was Sunday, or did he, what did he say? I don't want to put words in his mouth. You were there, you know what I mean? So
I think like he said something along the lines of like the incident.
Okay. And that, when you heard that, that was Sunday?
Sorry, was that the 16th?
Correct.
Yes, the
Okay.
16th.
I'm sorry, I'd rather have a lawyer.
Okay, that's okay. Before we step out or anything like that, is there anything else you want to tell us?
No, I'm just too stressed.
Okay.
Is there anything you need? Water? Okay. All right. Just if you need anything, just knock on it.
Yeah.
Do you want a water or coffee or anything?
I don't know if I need a lawyer.
It's entirely up to you, ma'am, you know.
I don't know what to do.
The 19-year-old victim, Kane Stewart, was placed on paid administrative leave for a medical evaluation. The department publicly supported him, with one deputy chief texting him, "What they did was wrong. I support you and the department supports you. The accused have all pled not guilty, and their cases are making their way through the legal system. This incident reveals a painful contradiction. The very people we trust on our worst days were creating a living nightmare for one of their own. It brings up a tough question in a professional built on a sacred bond of trust. How does a line like this get crossed? And maybe more importantly, what will it take to make sure it never happens again? Let me know y'all's thoughts in the comments below, respectfully.